On a whim, Kirk uses a stolen credit card, only to be caught by his boss's wife. In order to avoid legal action, he agrees to do odd jobs for her around the house. While digging up a patch of weeds, he finds a purse buried for over 10 years, leading him to uncover a murder and other dark secrets with grave repercussions for him and his friends in The Fall by Ed Brubaker and Jason Lutz. Hey, welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 159, The Fall by Ed Brubaker and Jason Lutz. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jason.
Is that how you pronounce that guy's name? Do you know?
Brubaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Yeah, no, Lutz, I think so. I've heard Lutz before.
Yeah.
But I think it's Lutz. I mean, it looks like Lutz.
It looks like Lutz. If I hear the name Lutz, I think L-U-T-Z.
There's probably a Z in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Or maybe L-U-T-S. That would also...
L-U-T-S. Yeah, Lutz,
Yeah.
Or maybe two T's even.
Ooh,
L-U-T-T-S, yeah. I don't know where he's from, Mr. Lutz.
Probably a mother and a father.
Oh, probably, yeah. Probably,
He's from the comics industry.
I think he's Canadian, maybe? I don't know. German? He does a book called Berlin. Maybe he's from Germany.
Yeah, could be. It's kind of a Germanish name.
Berlin?
Germanic.
Yeah. Or Lutz.
Lutz.
Yeah.
Or Lutz.
Yeah. Either one.
Yeah. I don't know.
His first name's Jason. That's very German.
Yeah.
Just like Jason Eichmann, Jason Hitler, all the famous Jasons.
Voorhees.
Voorhees. Oh, that sounds kind of German.
Yeah. Young.
Yeah. That
Carl Jung.
Carl Jung. Yeah. Jason Lutz. So what's up, buddy?
Oh. Nothing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Living the dream?
No.
Aw.
Yeah, we'll get into that later, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
We never. Sometimes we do. Yeah.
Sometimes we veer off into places. Some dark, some light. Some humorous, some boring. Mostly boring.
Mostly the latter, yeah.
Oh, but let's try to talk about The Fall.
The Fall.
Yeah. This is the second thing we've reviewed with the name of The Fall.
It is, yeah. The movie,
Yeah.
by, what was his name? Tarsum
Singh,
yeah.
the director of Immortals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, but this is, way different.
Yes, it is. This is, Ed Brubaker. Early Ed Brubaker, I guess. Pre-fame Brubaker.
Post-Low-Life, but pre-criminal?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there?
Pre-Captain America is what I would say.
Oh, yeah. Is criminal before Captain America or after Captain America?
After.
Yeah? Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, I would say this may be even pre-Batman.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. This is a collection, I guess, originally serialized in Dark Horse Presents. The collection is from 2001, from Drawn and Quarterly.
Yeah, I don't remember this in Dark Horse Presents. And I used to read Dark Horse Presents quite a bit.
Does not say when it was published in Dark Horse Presents. So,
Prior to 01, I would imagine.
I would imagine. There's no afterword or forward like you usually read in one of these things. I'm gonna say this may be kind of an obscure, maybe lost Ed Brubaker story.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I could maybe even back that up because, I started thinking, I should like at least tell people if books are available to order.
Yeah,
when we
this
review.
is not.
This is not. Yeah, I looked at Diamond. It's not, and I looked on eBay, and they go for close to $20.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
how much did I pay? I paid $4.
Wow. You could quintuple your money there.
Yeah. Holy shit, I paid $4 for that. And I've also paid $4 for a 20-page Daredevil comic in the past 2 weeks.
Full of ads.
Full of ads.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a, 40, 50 page book probably.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Of course,
in a bad way. It's impressive in a bad way.
This was 10 years ago, though.
Right. I'm talking about it's impressive now in a bad way.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because this probably would go for like $8 now, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and paper, there's no way papers went up that much.
They say it has, but who knows?
Well, how much were regular size comics 10 years ago?
10 years ago? $2.99?
Yeah, $3 yeah.
I think they're screwing us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I'll miss comics when they're gone.
Hopefully it's not in our lifetime.
Oh, it might be.
I don't want to live in a world without comics.
Yeah, me neither, but it may happen.
You think maybe this is what the Incans were talking about?
The end of the world?
Yeah, they were just talking about the end of
comics.
Tangible comics, yeah.
Yeah, they predicted iPads and Comixology.
Wow. They're smart.
The whole December 20th or 21st, 2012 thing, that's the final battle between the Nook and the Fire. To see which one will dominate as the comic reading application.
Is there really one called The Fire?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Kindle Fire.
Okay.
They have an exclusive contract with DC to publish their trade paperbacks and graphic novels digitally.
Really?
Whereas the Barnes & Noble's Nook has the Marvel contract to publish graphic novels and trade paperbacks.
Huh.
This is the extent of my knowledge of that.
Yeah.
Because I guess you can still, on either format, any format, get individual issues from Comixology. I don't know.
For either device.
For either device, yeah. And the iPad, of course. I don't know. I'm guessing within the next 2 years or so, should the world not end,
Yeah.
I'll probably wind up getting some sort of device and maybe start reading digital comics.
Really?
I think so. Because, they are a little cheaper.
Yeah.
And, there's certainly not a space issue.
Right. Yeah, that would be my main concern is the amount of space they take up. Because
Right.
I've just got so many. It's an incredible amount of
Me too.
crap.
And I think maybe within the next 2 years I don't think I'm gonna live here anymore.
Yeah.
I think, I want to try to finally rent a house or something.
Yeah.
Cause they gotta grow up at some point, right?
I don't think everyone does.
I mean, my mom is not nice enough to let me move back in with her. That's never going to happen in my lifetime.
Yeah. My mom lets anyone move in if you ever want to just, take over the upstairs.
All right. Yeah. I don't have any pets.
It's kind of a prerequisite. You have to have at least a dozen pets to move
okay.
in. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, the fall.
The fall.
Yeah, not a lot of people I know who like Brubaker have even heard of this book before.
I had never heard of it. I think I'd seen the cover, but I didn't realize
Right.
what it was.
And I think it was one of those things where, like the first thing I ever read by him was a book called Scene of the Crime, and I'm sure we've talked about this on, previous episodes where we've reviewed Brubaker stuff.
Yeah, because this is our third one?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done Criminal and, Lowlife.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Which I would call this book a cross between the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Excuse me. But yeah, Scene of the Crime was the first thing that I ever read by him, and then he did a series called Dead Enders, which I think is finally being re-released, soon in the future.
Yeah, I think it's in like one giant,
Right. There's
30.
only like 17 issues.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one of the Vertigo omnibuses.
right.
10 years after it's been canceled, 10 years after he has become a huge fucking megastar in comics,
Yeah.
they're finally re-releasing Dead Enders. So he was doing that, and then I guess he got the gig on Batman. And I was like, I really liked Scene of the Crime. I really liked Dead Enders. I'm like, I'm gonna support this Brubaker guy pretty much no matter what, you know. And I think somehow you guys ordered The Fall.
Yeah.
And I just picked it up because he was the writer on it. And so, you know, I've had this book for 10 years.
Right. That is weird.
Yeah, I've read it multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every couple of years I'll reread it because it's short and
It's a one-off.
it's a one-off. Yeah.
Read it in half an hour or so.
Oh yeah. And I'm we're all friends here. It's good bathroom reading.
Yeah?
There.
Oh, no! Can't believe I touched it.
Did you put it in your mouth?
Just most of it. No, I did not put any portion of this book in my mouth. Which is also a first for me.
Yeah. Hey, there's Dead Enders.
Hey, Dead Enders. Is that, what's his name?
Philip Bond.
Bond, yeah.
He did the covers. He didn't do the insides.
Okay. I love Philip Bond.
He's great. What's he doing now?
I don't know. Not enough.
Yeah, nothing I want to read, at least.
I don't know that he's doing anything. Like, did he do Vivanamarama or whatever?
Monorama.
Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the last thing I remember of him.
Well, he did, like, an issue, maybe 2 of Red Herring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bought the first one because he did it.
Same here.
And then bought the second one because I thought he did it.
Right.
Because I think he did the cover, maybe.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed. Like, all of a sudden, it was the same kind of style of story. Well, there it is. Wow. It's funny. Red Herring #1. But yeah, it just, like, lost the flavor after he left.
Right.
You know, I just had a completely different feel to it, and I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Even though the story had the same tone.
Right. I am 100% backing you on that, because I think I bought also the first 2 issues, and yeah, when I saw that he maybe only did like half of the second issue or something like that, I was like, oh, that's not why I want to buy this book.
Yeah, I don't like it when that happens.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah,
The Fall.
It was decent. It was I liked it. I didn't love it, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad.
No, it's a short, harmless crime story.
Yeah. Like,
you know, I mean, it's nothing, you know, revolutionary. Yeah.
But it's kind of a believable, like, I mean, there's a lot of crime noir where you're like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and watch this because it's gonna be much more exciting than my life,
right.
You know, and it's
like,
gonna be...
today I was, like, watching on TV part of, 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Kurt Russell and the...
Kevin Costner as Elvis impersonators who rob a casino.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's over the top, though.
Yeah.
This is like a gas station attendant who does something kind of wrong.
Right.
And then gets involved in a mystery. Yeah. I could totally see this happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know? This probably has happened.
Could be. Yeah.
But...
Maybe elements of it did happen, and Brubaker just sort of combined all of it into one story.
Yeah, I could see all of these things being clips that you would read about in the paper,
right?
And, meshing them together into one crime story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think some of it maybe felt a little dry or a little too explained. Like there was some of it I thought. If it didn't have the narration, like, I would have, like, been more into it for some reason.
Okay.
Like, which is weird, like, it's weird that I'm saying that because I was just, like, lettering some of my comics last night, and I was like, wow, I put way too much narration in a lot of my comics. But I was thinking the same thing when I was reading this, that, like, there was a couple pages towards the beginning where the narrator's kind of explaining everything, and I was like, I think it would almost work better without some of that,
yeah.
You know?
I think, I have a problem with the narration and the fact that it's third person. And usually in this type of story where you're following one guy, and there are like maybe 2 or 3 scenes that happen within the book that don't focus on him.
Right.
So like I can understand the, coming from it at the angle where, it has to be in third person so that I can...
Because he wasn't there to see that.
Right. But usually this type of story is always done in the first person. It's usually, the main character narrating things that are happening. So I was a little off-put by that.
Right. I can see that. Yeah, it was, and another thing, that I know I've said this 100 times and it makes me sound like kind of an idiot. But I think a lot of times, I think a lot of my disappointment in stories I read comes from the fact that there's not enough humor in it. And I know that everything doesn't need to be funny.
Right.
But I mean, if there would have just been some a little more dark humor peppered throughout this, I think it would have just, sent it up a level to me.
Right.
Cause there's one or two kind of not laugh out loud moments, but there's a couple I don't know, just kind of funny,
quirky moments.
Yeah, some dialogue quips or whatever, but, I think it could have been a little funnier. In spots, and especially, like I said, dark humor, because that would have fit the tone. But other than that, I thought, it was solid. I mean, it was like a good mystery, noir, modern noir.
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it feels good.
I don't... It's weird, because I think there were parts of Low Life that were kind of humorous, weren't there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say more so than this.
Yeah. But, other than that, I don't know that Ed Brubaker has much of a sense of humor.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't when he writes comics.
I mean, there's some funny imagery sometimes, in an Incognito, Santa Claus having sex at an office party. But yeah, I mean, it's usually, kind of like I said, that kind of dark humor that's just thrown in every once in a while.
And definitely tell you that as a follower of him on Twitter, he does not have much of a sense of humor.
Really?
Yeah.
About his work or just
about just
life in general?
Life in general. Yeah. Excuse me. But fine writer.
Yeah, he's a good writer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pretty much be always interested in anything that he does, whether I buy it or not. And I've bought quite a bit of his stuff. I've been buying his Captain America stuff in trade paperback, so...
His Incognito.
Incognito, Criminal, pretty much anything creator-owned I'm definitely going to buy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I've bought them, but have not read them. The last couple Criminal storylines and the second Incognito series I have not read.
I don't know why I haven't read the second Incognito, because I really liked the first one up until the very, very end. I didn't really like the ending that much, but I think we talked about that when we reviewed it. But did we review that?
Nope.
Oh, that was on my other podcast.
Are you cheating on me?
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's called,
You couldn't even let me host it for you guys?
No, we just want no association with this sort of tripe that me and you put out.
It's very upsetting.
Yeah, it should be. It's meant to be.
I'm hurt. I'm going through personal tragedies right now.
But yeah, when we had Brubaker on the show, we were talking about... Yeah, we had him on the show. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. I think it was the second time he was on. The first time, we just talked about his Batman run.
Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it, we have only had Jeff Loeb on this show.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't want Jeff Loeb on the show.
Yeah, no one did.
God damn, well, why did we have him?
I thought you put that together.
No.
Oh, that's right, he just kind of showed up because there was a convention in town over there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, then did you get Brubaker before or after we did that?
I believe that was prior to, yeah. Because we've been doing the show for 10 years. We were the very first podcasts on the internet.
Well, sir, now I think you're fibbing. Because my friend Bruce and I invented podcasting.
Oh.
Only back then it was transcribed.
That sounds
not lying.
That sounds worse than our show.
I am 100% not lying about that. Bruce and I used to drive around town and record conversations with each other, much like you and I do. We'd have something that we'd be reviewing, be it an album, a movie, or a comic.
Right.
And then I would then spend the next month transcribing the conversation and posting it as a written piece.
That's interesting, though. I mean, that's like, a step in the right direction.
Yeah. We invented podcasting.
Sounds labor, and, sounds kind of...
Oh, it was awful.
Laborious. Yeah,
it was awful. And then I tried to solve that problem by getting a recorder that came with some software that would translate speech to text.
Oh, yeah.
And
like Stephen Hawking style or something.
He translates text to speech.
Exactly. But I mean, same sort of, technology there.
But the recorder did not like the sound of my voice and could not translate any words.
Wow. Well, I would take that as a compliment. My hatred of all things technological. No, you're right. You did catch me in a big old fib. But yeah, what the hell were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Before we made up shit.
Yeah. Probably this book.
Yeah,
that we were both supposed to read.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see, it all kind of does come together. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's a good...
On the other hand, apparently this book is going to be impossible for people to find if they want to read it.
Unless they want to shell out $20 on eBay. I didn't look on Amazon. It might be...
unavailable on Amazon.
Is it? Yeah. There's one that ends... Well, it'll probably end before the show goes up, but I looked tonight, and it has like a day and a half left, and it's only at $8 right now. So you just missed it by the time this airs.
Unless that person they didn't meet the reserve and it's just going to go back up.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. It happens. Yeah, there was a bunch that no one did buy for $20 by now, but there's a couple that people did buy. So it's out there if you're looking for it. But $20 seems a little high for a 40-page comic.
Yeah, but it's by a high-profile creator and it's a rare,
out of print,
kind of obscure book, so I'm sure people would be willing, especially collectors.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I would pay $20 for this. I don't think I would pay $8 for it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I paid the $4 that I did for it.
Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totally worth $4. And what do you think of Jason?
Goodbye 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye, B-U-Y.
Right, like a good purchase.
Right. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, what?
But what do you think about Jason Lutz?
He's okay.
Were you familiar with him from his other stuff?
In fact, after I announced the book last week, you kind of mentioned that he was the guy who did Rowan, and after the fact, I realized that I've seen his books around. Like I just never associated that guy with the guy who did the book. Like he did some Houdini book that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing at Mavericks a lot, and Berlin, of course, I've heard of, but never really seen anywhere. But mostly unfamiliar with his work.
I think he's really solid. Like it's
he's okay.
I mean, sometimes it's a little like static.
Yeah,
just a little
stiff.
But it has enough like cartoony elements to it. Like there's not a lot of crazy shading, and I mean it's real. Like there's like these
sparse.
It's kind of sparse. Like it's realistic poses. Like like you can tell he understands anatomy really well.
Right.
But it's also cartoony enough, and he even uses some of the the language of cartoons, like when someone is like when Kirk's boss is like walking in and he's starting to grill him. He's got like the sweat bead on his face.
Right.
And when he's surprised later, it has the like little lines coming off his forehead. And he uses a lot of that stuff, and I think that helps make it more animated and flow better.
He's he's kind of got sort of a more polished style that Ed Brubaker drew in when he was doing Low Life.
Yeah.
And also I think between this and Scene of the Crime, which Michael Lark drew, and his work with Sean Phillips, who also did Scene of the Crime as well. I think Brubaker definitely has a preferred style of artist to work with.
Right.
And someone who draws somewhat realistically, but at the same time can push it here and there.
Yeah.
But very clean, thin lines.
Yeah, I couldn't see like Joe Mad drawing one of his stories.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly because Joe Mad would never.
Well, he would do like half an
Yeah,
issue.
exactly.
And,
Yeah.
You're like, why are so many people talking? I have video games to play.
Isn't there any flaming swords in here?
I need someone with giant gloves.
And knockers.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Giant gloves.
And yeah. Mostly the gloves, yeah.
It's getting cold out.
Yeah, it's winter. It's not the fall, it's winter.
Oh. And you can use that flaming sword to keep warm
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, you can. It's like a space heater.
Yeah.
A really sharp space heater.
But it kills you just the same.
Just like space heaters.
Just space heater.
But yeah, but I also think too, his artwork, there's a scene where, Kirk is like, he's running, he's kind of escaping a situation, and, he runs and like, hops on a dumpster and jumps onto a fire escape.
Yeah.
And just like the way that the air quotes here, camera angle works,
Right.
like it's sort of very slowly zooming in on him on this sequence of panels, and it like has this like tilt going on during the action that like I could just see this cinematically as one of those like handheld camera things where
Right.
it's all shaky as they're chasing him, and then there's another scene where he's in a fight, Kirk's in a fight with a guy, and when he kicks him, like the sequence of two panels, they're like askew in opposite angles,
Yeah.
like during the fight sequence, and I mean it just looks like the way the camera would turn during the action in a film. So like I could see him as being a good, I don't know, storyboard artist. Yeah, like it just moves his, like even though it's kind of static sometimes, his actual style, he's got a good movement to his storytelling. I think.
Right.
I think he's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. I don't think he's anyone that I would specifically seek out.
Right.
I mean, you've obviously read some work by him before.
I've only read, like, Berlin he's been doing for, like, a decade.
Right.
And, maybe he does, like, an issue a year. And I think I've read maybe, like, 2 or 3 issues over the years. I'll just pick one up. And, I mean, they're always good and they're always entertaining, but it never makes me, like, I have to find all these.
Okay.
He's never been one of the guys I collect their stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I think he's solid though.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's yeah, I mean, again, not my favorite art that I've ever seen, but definitely nothing that I can pinpoint as wrong or bad.
Right.
Just some stuff that I, maybe prefer to see in a different way.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a real short, solid piece of crime fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Told from sort of just a real
everyman kind of perspective.
Yeah.
Like he's not cool.
No.
I mean, he does some, like the story kind of does start off with him doing something, I would say extremely shitty.
Yeah.
And it kind of puts him in this situation that
right.
he's
well, he does a shitty thing and then immediately pays for it.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool, but I mean, it's good that, like I was actually listening to, there's a NPR show called Filmically Perfect.
Okay.
And I was listening to it this morning and they were talking about It's a Wonderful Life. And they said that was the first movie where, like there was actual part of the rating system back then. They actually wouldn't let you, have a character commit a crime without getting, paying his due. Right. And, that was the first movie where, Mr. Potter, he does, whatever he does, I forget, but he doesn't actually get caught and
right.
apprehended and, pay his debt.
Right.
And, I thought that was really interesting because, as a viewer, you kind of want to see that. And,
right.
And you do in this book, you see like things fall apart for the guy, but it's weird that we're rooting for, like he's our connection. He's our main character.
Right.
And at the beginning of the story, he does something really shitty, and it's weird that you're stuck with that character because usually you want to not like those characters,
right.
you know.
But at the same time, you have to think that, I mean, at least, I guess I can only speak for myself in this situation, but, you know, I mean, I used to work at a hotel, and I don't think it's spoiling to give away what he does.
Right, yeah.
He works at a gas station, and a woman turns in a credit card that was out by one of the pumps, and he thinks that, you know, it's pretty much the only people that know about this are the guy who lost it, the woman who brought it to him, and him.
Right.
So he decides to steal the credit card and buy a bunch of shit with it.
Yeah.
And I used to work at a hotel, and, you know, I was the night manager, and every time somebody checks in, they give me their credit card, and I have their credit card number, even when they're safely away in their room or whatever.
Right.
And, you know, the thought creeps in there is like, I could just use this number for anything in the world right now.
Right.
And they won't know about it until they leave.
Or you know, more smarter would be like wait like 2 weeks.
Right, yeah,
and
yeah.
then use it, because then, you know.
So the thought has creeped in there.
Right.
You know, but I never acted on it, of course.
Why are you winking at me when you say that?
Well, I'm sick.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And, you know.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I didn't get what you were doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
But I think we've all had, you know, criminal thoughts here and there.
Right.
You know, like low-level things that we don't feel are, like, you know, causing too much of a thing, you know?
Yeah, and you're like, this isn't something I would think to do, but I've just thought to do it and I could get away with it.
Right.
Should I do it? Is this a sign? But that.
So, you know, I kind of feel, you know, he's basically sort of that fantasy fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a moral fable, you know?
Yeah. Because then almost immediately he gets caught and he pays for it.
Right.
But that's sort of where the story starts, is like, you know, him sort of accepting, you know, his punishment for it.
Actually, like, the way that the story unfolds in a non-linear manner, it actually starts with him already paying for it.
Yeah.
And then
Flashback, like 5 weeks earlier, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. Maybe it is a, you know, morality play sort of thing.
He's kind of redeemed by the course of the story and what he does and what he, you know, everything that he does after that, you know, so.
So it goes to show you, you can do something really shitty.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you're ready to pay for it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a neat story. I could see this as like a short film or something like that.
Actually, I looked that up too. I IMDb'd it. I was like, I wonder if this was, you know, a film. And not only are there a dozen movies called The Fall, but in 2005, apparently David Goyer was optioning this for a movie, and it just hasn't happened.
Well, David Goyer's awful. Blade Trinity.
What did he do? Wasn't he involved with The Matrix?
I don't know if he was or not. No.
Yeah. I don't know why I am connecting the two of those things, but maybe that happened.
I know that pretty much every comic book property that was ever optioned was at one point attached to him as a writer.
Really?
Oh.
So he loves comic books, or?
Well, he co-wrote Justice Society with Jeff Johns for many years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
that. And James Robinson as well. He wrote all the Blade movies, directed the third one, wrote and directed the pilot for the TV show, wrote the TV show.
The Blade TV show?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm gonna say, go to bloodlinevideo.com to read my reviews of all the Blade movies. Actually, no, you can't, because those aren't up yet. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Well, then eventually.
Eventually, maybe. They'll be up.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go up in July.
Oh, of 2012?
Of 2012. Yeah, when the big superhero movies came out, like Captain America and Thor.
Oh, yeah. And the Avengers next year. That'll be more, yeah.
So, eventually, you can read all my opinions on the Blade movies. But, I'll just go ahead and say 2, 1, 3, 4.
That's the order of quality?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Couldn't tell you. I've only seen 1.5 Blade movies. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one?
I think I saw all of the first one and half of the second one.
Ooh,
I had the flu while watching the second one, drifting in and out of sleep.
gotcha.
Not purposely
Right,
drifting
yeah,
out.
yeah,
But,
yeah. You should watch it too.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like a Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Demolition Man, New
Guillermo
Jack
del
City.
Toro
Yeah.
directed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ron Perlman's in it.
What?
Yeah.
Where are we watching that right now?
I don't know.
You want to go to that? Take a break?
yeah.
Take a break and watch?
But yeah. But no, yeah, the fall, if you can find a copy out there, and you can find it for $3 or so.
Or better yet, look up what issues Dark Horse Presents and start searching the quarter boxes.
Fuck yeah.
It's probably in the quarter boxes.
Yeah. That's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, if you can find it cheap, it's worth a read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much for it though.
Or just wait for the David Goyer movie to
or do
finally
that,
hit the...
or wait till it's eventually available digitally,
Yeah.
which could happen. Yeah.
According to the Inkins, it's on its way.
Yep. So let's go ahead and take a break. Alrighty.
Not sure how this is supposed to feel. Cutting like a red hot knife of surgical steel. Raw fresh from the autoclave. She came with sterile warnings, screaming from her place, singing, I wanna make you bleed. I watched them fall in line as I fell victim to double suicide. On your television, we heard our records backwards too many times. I'm wasting my breath. We're wasting our time. Wasting our time. Down on my knees, but not to pray. It's so hard across the skull, it buckled my legs. They told me I had hell to pay. I came too close to heaven, had nothing to say for myself. I had to walk away, watch them fall in line as I fell victim to double suicide. On your television, we heard our records backwards too many times. I'm wasting my breath. We're wasting our time. Wasting our time. Time. Wasting our time. Wasting our time. I watched them fall in line as I fell victim to double suicide. On your television, we heard our records backwards too many times. I'm wasting my breath. We're wasting ours.
Hey, welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Hello.
What up, pal?
Not much. Not much.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
Just chilling.
Chilling?
Just chilling.
Maxing? Relaxing?
Maxing and relaxing, yeah. Yeah.
Chilling and illin'?
No?
Alright, okay,
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I watched some episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was actually, there was a really good episode. I think you would even have liked.
Nah, I'm sure I would.
You wouldn't?
I'm sure I would.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have any desire to.
It was the episode. The neat thing about it was from season 5 or 4, one of those. But like, other than like 2 minutes of the episode, the entire thing was silent.
Uh-huh.
And it was just really neat. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen that on, like, just a TV program before.
Right.
It was kind of, I mean, it was part of the story, too. It wasn't just,
Right, yeah.
silent, but...
I have heard of that episode. Hush.
Hush, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Is that the one with the creepy old guys?
Yep, the gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
See, this is how immersed I am in nerd
Pop
culture.
culture, yeah.
That I know these things, even though I've never seen them.
Wow, yeah.
Angel, though, that's a good series.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, I'd like to rebuy those episodes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had to sell the entire series at one point when I was strapped for cash.
Ooh. How many? There's like 7 seasons or something?
Of Angel? There's
Yeah.
only 5.
Yeah.
Cancelled in its prime. When it was getting excellent.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Beth Edlund was the head writer.
Really?
Executive producer.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Wrote some great episodes.
Was he there the whole time?
No.
Just at the end?
Yeah. I think 4th, 5th seasons is when he started him. Yeah.
Huh.
Joss Whedon attached to some good things.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing, that guy.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing the movie he wrote. I can't think of the name of it now.
The Avengers?
Okay, that too. A Cabin in the Woods or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A horror movie that he wrote, and the guy who wrote Cloverfield is directing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think Richard Jenkins is in it, and Bradley Whitford.
Nah. I'll definitely watch that. Yeah. Sounds good.
Sat on the shelf for like 3 years.
Seems to happen a lot with like odd horror movies,
Yes, it
or like
does.
well-written horror movies.
Yeah. And sometimes, actually, yeah. Because I can think of 2 other movies that I've heard are pretty good that have never been released. One is called The Poughkeepsie Tapes. The other one is called All the Boys Love Mandy Lane.
And then the Tucker and Dale.
Tucker and Dale. Yeah.
Huh. It's too
I don't
bad.
get it.
Yeah, they're like, shovel the crap out. People love it. They'll eat it up.
Yeah. It's, the guys who did the Poughkeepsie Tapes, which I have actually seen, and it's really good. It's sort of a mockumentary type thing, like found footage, with like
Okay.
a serial killer kind of thing.
I think you told me about that before.
Yeah.
That sounded pretty good.
Yeah. The guys who directed it, they directed the remake of Wreck, Quarantine.
Okay.
Which I've seen Wreck. I'm never going to see Quarantine because I've seen Wreck, and I can read subtitles.
You're not curious how it was adapted?
No, because I heard it was almost shot for shot, and the fact that I recognize most of the actors in it kind of ruins that type of movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Is that the one with Deb from Dexter?
Yeah. Yeah, like, there's another movie, and I'll get back on to, whatever. The guys who also directed, that movie, they directed, Devil, M. Night Shyamalan
Okay.
produced,
Elevator.
Elevator, yeah. But anyway, I like Wreck better, because I don't know any of those people, because they're all Spanish actors.
Right.
So everything seems a little more real.
Right.
I know they're actors, but I don't recognize them from
Yeah.
anything, so it makes the story a little more tense.
Exactly.
And there's another movie called Funny Games, which was a German film, and was remade with Tim Roth and Naomi Watts. And I've seen both, and it's not a great movie at all, and the American remake is shot for shot, exactly the same. But yeah, the German one has the edge because I don't know any of those people.
Yeah. I love both those actors.
Yeah, Tim Roth is great.
Yeah.
And Naomi Watts is fine, but but when I watch that movie, I'm not seeing Mom and Dad in danger. I'm seeing Tim Roth and Naomi Watts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Either way, don't go see that movie because it's not good.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Anyway, what?
Joss Whedon is, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're just talking.
I watched some Buffy. Yeah. That's what I did today.
Yeah.
That was good.
You're growing your nerd, reputation.
My feelers are poking out in all directions, yeah. I gotta get out of here and go home and start up my World of Warcraft account. No. Never gonna happen.
You should go out and buy a PS3. Mm-hmm. And then download DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
And for free.
Yeah.
And then you and I can play together from 3 blocks away.
Okay. So in like a week and a half when it downloads.
Yeah. It did take me 4.5 days to download that game.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's a good sign. The game's got to be good, right?
I think it's just big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've played some of it. It's okay. I'm certainly glad I didn't pay anything for it.
Right.
Yeah.
What character are you playing as?
You have to create your own.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to play as, you can base your character off of, previously established characters.
Like Kite Man?
Like, sadly you can't.
Oh. It's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. No. Games are just not that customizable yet, where you can just
that'd be
grab
great.
a giant kite.
Yeah. You should be able to customize your own accoutrement.
Yeah. One of these days.
The technology's out there.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It's just the government's using it right now.
Right.
They haven't let it trickle down to us, mere citizens yet.
Yeah.
They're playing Kite Man MMOs right now
Yep.
in their bunkers.
They've got their own specialized DC Universe Online that they're
Right.
playing off of government servers.
Theirs probably has DC and Marvel crossover
That's
together.
true. Yeah. And they can probably play as Batman or Superman if they wanted to.
Bastards.
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck the government.
Yeah.
Screw us all.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. So how about you? Anything exciting?
No. I just kind of want this month to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird month.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most stressful month I've ever had, but it's certainly not been a good month. I just kind of wanted to be done with. Yeah. And Christmas coming up isn't helping anything at all.
Yeah.
If anything, that's the thing that's making it stressful.
More stressful, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then, you got the January weather to look forward to,
Yeah. Not looking forward to any of that either. What little I've had to deal with snow already, I'm just not looking forward to when it actually hits. Yeah, when it becomes a thing.
See, my dog loves this. This is a comic and movie podcast, and here we go. My dog loves the snowy weather, and I'm really excited for her every time it snows because, she spends most of her life inside, so it's cool to see her get to go outside and make her snow angels and whatnot.
I don't know why you had prelude that with comic.
I was like, this is weird that I could probably talk about how much my dog loves snow for half an hour.
Right.
I really could,
Yeah.
because it excites me, but nobody wants to hear that.
That's the kind of thing we've been doing for 160 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So, don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah.
This is a comic, a movie, and Our Boring Lives podcast.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, this is a third of it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think our new official iTunes description is comics, movies, and life in Dayton reviewed by idiots.
I can get behind that. I like that. That's a good ring to it. We're the idiots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So tell me more about how your dog loves snow.
Well, she'll play in it, she'll poop in it, and then her poop sinks down, so it's no longer visible.
Right.
Like if you got it like a couple inches of snow, and then she she
Gets
sees
confused.
it disappear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she'll go to sniff to see, like, if she actually did poop.
Right.
And then she sticks her nose, like, really close to it. And then she pulls her head out and looks over at me, and there's snow all over her nose.
Right.
It's so adorable. It's so adorable. I throw snowballs at her.
And you are talking about Kathleen, right?
Yeah. My dog, yeah, my bitch, Yeah. She's my dog, yeah. No,
But Uma loves snow too.
Yeah, Uma does too. Yeah, all those things are also applicable to Uma the dog.
Yeah. I know your girlfriend loves snow.
She does.
And,
Yeah.
I like your girlfriend. I would consider her a friend. Every time she mentions anything on any of those social networks about being excited about snow, I really just want to punch you.
Yeah, punch me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hit a girl.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm like just a couple of steps away from at least the physique of a girl. I mean, not the,
You've got the beard.
Yeah, I've got the
That
beard.
pretty much covers you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I don't mean I don't have the breasts and the hips.
No.
But I mean,
no,
like, as far as, like, the manliness
Right,
of a
yeah,
woman.
yeah.
Well, what else, did you read any good comics this week?
I finished up the volume 2 of Casanova.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What else? I know I've read something else. I read a recent issue of Daredevil.
The Mark Waid stuff.
Mark Waid,
Yeah.
Marcus Martin. Yeah.
You said Marcus is leaving, right?
He is leaving. I guess it was supposed to be him and Paulo Rivera alternating story arcs. But I guess Marcus Martin is only doing the first. Is only doing his one story arc, and he's leaving the book after that. Possibly to work on a creator-owned book with Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah, that could be cool. Could be
Yeah.
cool. So does that mean Paulo Rivera is the regular artist, or is there going to be another alternating artist?
I'm guessing there's probably going to be another alternating. I would imagine.
Because I like Paulo Rivera, but I was mostly buying it because of Marcus Martin.
Oh yeah. Well, they have similar styles.
Yeah, similar.
But yeah, Marcus Martin does have. I mean, again, nothing against Paulo Rivera, but there's a little something extra about Marcus Martin.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might just hang around until he leaves. Then we'll see.
Yeah.
But
I've been surprisingly enjoying that book, which I didn't think I would,
right.
because Mark Waid is certainly not my favorite writer in the world.
Especially after I'm sure you've been really enjoying Daredevil for years. So
Yeah.
so. to see
And
somebody
also, just in general, he's the last person that I would ever.
assign that job to.
Right, yeah. Like, I mean, whether I like him or not, that just doesn't seem like the type of book he would ever write.
Right. Yeah, he's more of like a Silver Agey, teamy kind of.
Kinda, yeah. Something that you might associate with fun. And Daredevil, at least for the past 10 years, has not been fun.
Right.
It's pretty much been the story of a man and his complete collapse, psychological.
Excuse me. It's very gritty.
Very gritty, very intense, very noiry, things that I just don't associate with Mark Waid.
Right.
But they have been surprisingly good. And it is Mark Waid doing what Mark Waid does, which just kind of a refreshing change of pace.
That's cool.
So that's primarily where my enjoyment of it has been.
Hey, he'll be in town in 3 months. You can go tell him how much you like him.
No, I am not.
Yeah, I'll tell him for you.
Oh, there you go. Just don't mention my name
Yeah.
or what book I'm referring to.
Yeah. He really likes your book.
Or that I like it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One of my friends read your book. See you later.
There you go.
I'm sure he's really used to stuff like that as a comic book writer at conventions. I mean, how weird are... There's some weird dudes that read comics.
Oh, yeah.
Including us, but in our own, in our own way.
Well, I mean, we've been to conventions before. Yeah, I gotta admit that, I'm standing in front of a creator, I can't have a conversation with that person.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to say to this person. I feel awkward standing there. I feel awkward asking them to write their name on my comic.
Right.
But I want them to, and I want to maybe have a conversation, but, I just...
It's weird. It's like the bigger the name, and I'm not talking about like Bill Sinkovich because there's a lot of letters. I mean,
Yeah.
the more popular.
I think Bill Sinkovich would count.
Yeah, but yeah, he would count as, but not because of the amount of letters.
No, yeah.
But the bigger the name, usually the less I feel like saying something to them. And it's not that, that I have something against people becoming famous in comics, because I think that's great. And it's not B, because I'm starstruck or intimidated. It's that I feel like they've heard it all already, know? And I would rather go up to like, somebody who, whose work I feel like you sort of have to like seek out, and like, you're supporting them, and like, and they're, you tell them like, how much their book means to you, and they seem a little more excited probably because they probably don't get that 100 times every convention, and, like Mark Waid and, Marcus Martin probably do.
Right. But, and I mean, like, I've had conversations with creators before, but you're right, it's usually like, lower tier sort of, just starting out or just gaining, some sort of reputation or just putting out their books or whatever,
Right. Or like that guys of comics,
Sort of, yeah. Like I remember, and I probably mentioned this when we reviewed their book, but the guys who did Teenagers from Mars,
Oh yeah.
they were at like the first space show that I ever went to, and at the time it was when I was working with my partner, and we had books of our own that we were like putting out, and I gave them copies of it as I bought their book, and we sort of talked about like production and putting together things, and what different methods we use, and had a conversation.
Yeah.
And similar one with Paul Hornsheimer before, Jeremy Bastion when we went to Windy City Con.
Oh yeah.
The guy did Chris Pirate Girl, had a conversation with him. I mean,
it's like more, I don't know, more exciting and more relatable at the same time.
Right. And I also had a conversation with Hilary Barta, and I think he falls into the category of that guy.
He's that guy. Like, oh, I recognize that style.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't he do that Spawn comic, Stupid?
Right. Yeah. But like Jeff Darrow was there, at the Windy City Con, and it was just sort of like, can you sign this, please?
Yeah. What do you say to Jeff Darrow?
Yeah.
I really like how much detail you put in your artwork. I bet you've never heard that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. What we're saying is, talk to the guys that need you
that
to
need
talk
the
to.
help. Yeah. That need the support.
Yeah. Encourage them. Let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Because, also, especially at bigger conventions, your guys like an Ed Brubaker or something like that, they don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just another endless, line of nerds that they're expecting you to sell whatever they sign for you on eBay.
Right, yeah. And, at the same time, no matter how clever you are, they've probably heard it before.
Yeah. You've worked up this line the whole trip out there to...
Right, yeah. And you're also probably just going to sound like a douchebag when you say it anyway. Yeah.
Here we are to deflate your ego here on Gunnership.
Basically what we're saying is don't talk to comic creators.
I do think there's a couple people I would still gush over, like if I saw Kevin Nolan at a comic convention, I'd wait in line, 20 minutes to tell him I loved him and then run away. But yeah. Yeah, usually I get more excited about, seeing guys like Kurt Dens,
Yeah.
even if I didn't know Kurt Dens, the first time I saw his book, I was like, wow, this is amazing, and,
Right.
I need to tell this guy how amazing this is, because, he might not hear it every day.
Right. And then I think, I've been to 2 conventions within the past couple months recently. coincidentally, Kurt Dins was at both.
Yeah.
But you know, like the comic show, Mike Norton was there, and I talked to him. But like, you know, I just felt really weird and awkward about it, and it was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna do this again.
Yeah.
You know? But like, you know, had a fucking blast hanging out with, you know, Kurt, you know, the entire time. And then at the horror convention, I mean, you know, full of celebrities whose movies and TV shows I enjoy and have loved, and guys who, like, I admire, but, like, it was, like, I don't have any desire to
Yeah.
talk to these people.
Yeah, what do you say? I mean, because once they get so successful and, you know, master their craft or whatever,
Right.
they don't need to hear that you
Yeah.
like it. They know you like it. That's why
Right.
they're rich doing
Yeah.
artwork.
Doug Bradley doesn't need me to come up to him and say that I really enjoyed him as Pinhead. You know?
Yeah. Like, really? Somebody liked that?
Right, yeah. It's just kind of silly.
Yeah.
And, like, I certainly don't need my picture taken with them to prove that I met them.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just old and cranky, I guess.
I'm with you. I'm with you on it. Huh. Yeah.
I don't know, this took a weird turn, I guess.
Yeah. I don't even know. What
'cause
page are we
Mark
on?
Wade is going to
Yeah.
be
Oh, yeah,
at
that's right.
Gym
Yeah.
City. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to Gym City in like 5 years, 4
Mm-hmm.
years, something like that. So.
I'll go, but I doubt if I'll talk to him.
Right.
Probably not. I mean,
well, you're going
because
to be there working, probably.
I'm working for Mavericks. Yeah,
Right.
we'll have a table, and at the same time, it's the same thing. It's like, you know, he's Mark Wade. He knows people like him. You know,
Right,
I don't need to be the 700th person that day that tells him
Right.
that I like him. So, and I don't want him to sign any of my comics because it's not like he's going to draw an awesome sketch on it. You know,
Right,
I
yeah,
just,
yeah.
I don't, you know, he's awesome, or I like him, but yeah, I don't
Right.
really want to meet him.
I think if I had, like, you know, just unlimited resources, you know, I would certainly like going to a con and maybe, like, getting some sketches from artists, you know, but a lot of them charge so much money that it just doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah.
But it would be totally awesome to have, you know, like a sketchbook full of, you know, original art that
Like our friend
only
Joe
you
G
have.
has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't have unlimited resources. How the fuck does he do that?
I think he, skims a little off the top at the job.
What?
You know,
Oh, okay. All right.
it takes a little, when he makes the bank deposit, he's like, it was short $20 again. They're like, that's the 4th time this week. No, I think he's a little higher up than bank deposit boy, but you never know. Yeah, what do you think creators think of those themed sketchbooks?
Right.
Like, do you think they hate them? Like when you're like, you walk over, you're like, I've got a sketchbook of Puck from
Right.
Alpha Flight. Do a Puck. Like, you think they're like,
I think they actually kind of prefer it. At least just like, you know, from interviews I've read and listened to, they like the fact that, you know, they get to put their own, you know, stamp on something that, you know, there's like previous versions. They get to look at previous versions as well.
yeah,
And also the fact that, you know exactly what sketch it is that you want.
right.
So, you know, there's no milling about or like, I don't know. You're like, well, what do you feel like drawing?
Right.
You know, 'cause-
How much for Witchblade?
Right,
How
yeah.
about Black Cat?
Right, yeah.
How about Witchblade and Black Cat making out?
Right, yeah. Like, I remember listening to Scotty Young, you know, say that, you know, he does sketches at conventions, but like when you go up to him and then, you know, say, well, just draw what you want to draw, his answer to that is, well, technically I don't want to draw anything.
Aw. That seems mean.
Well, it's true though. I mean,
Yeah.
he does it for a living. Why does he want to spend a convention sitting at his table drawing?
Right.
You know, I mean, he does it, but, you know, he's like, if you come up, you know, have reference of the character that you want drawn, and B, you know, have the character that you want drawn
in
you know,
mind.
ready.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I understand that perspective. At the same time, you would hope as a fan that, you know, the guy that you love, his artwork, that you'd walk up to his table and he would just be excited to be drawn. It's like,
Right.
I guess it's, you just like the idea of, them loving their job because, me personally, I'm envious of their job. So.
Right. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I totally side with Scotty Young. I would rather not be drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you and Scotty are wrong.
That said, I am totally open for commissions still.
Yeah. Just have your character in mind and
Yeah.
references available. No, you've got the internet. You don't need the reference.
That's true. Yeah. I'm not at a con.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I certainly enjoyed contributing to Joe's theme sketchbook.
Yeah, he's got a really good Flash
Yeah.
sketchbook. I remember years ago we went to a convention and there was a bunch of small press creators there, and he had Seth from
Right.
Palookaville and
Yeah.
whatnot. He asked him to draw the Flash, and everybody else is drawing the Flash in the sketchbook. And of course he draws the Golden Age Flash.
Right.
Which just, I didn't expect it, but it's just perfect because everything that guy does is like a generation behind,
Right.
and I don't mean that as an insult.
No, yeah.
He's so old worldly, he loves everything old, and I don't know why I didn't see that coming because Joe's just like, draw the Flash, and,
Right.
he didn't say I don't know, I don't think he said which Flash, or can I
Right.
draw Jay Garrick, but that's what he did. He did Golden Age Flash. So
Yeah.
that was just perfect. So, yeah, there's some really, really awesome and diverse stuff in there.
Yeah.
So,
And your girlfriend, she doesn't have it in a book or anything like that, but she's collected Dazzler sketches
yeah.
from a wide variety of people.
She's got a Matt Kent,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Guy Davis,
Guy Davis, yeah.
which I wound up getting that for her, 'cause she was not at the show at that time.
Right.
Which, I got it for free. I don't think it was supposed to be.
Uh-oh. Did you distract him and run away?
I was there talking to him the entire time he was drawing it, and I don't know. He just gave it to me at the end, and didn't ask for money, but I think he was charging for sketches.
Right.
So
He just maybe forgot that you didn't pay at the beginning. Or,
maybe I don't know. Yeah,
Huh, hope he's not listening.
no, not either. But yeah, he also needed reference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you're familiar with the character, you might be like, I can't remember how the
Right,
mask
yeah.
connects to the, or whatever. Just
I
little
do
things.
do my sketch a day thing. I have to look up reference for characters sometimes, even if I know exactly what they look like. Because just little things here and there that you don't know exactly where.
Right.
So, yeah.
How long their gloves are. And
Right.
whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. Then sometimes I just flat out ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. You break the rules.
I do.
You're a rule breaker.
No one's paying me.
No.
I got to put these things out every day.
Every day.
Yeah. I'm glad when this is over.
Aren't you doing 2 a day next year? Is that what it is?
Fuck no. I am sort of in a position of wondering what I'm going to do next. Because, it's been annoying to do a sketch a day. And I'm not going to give up drawing, definitely. But, might work on bigger pieces that take a little longer to do. And maybe try to keep, updated once a week again.
Yeah. That's cool.
Basically back to pre-levels of before Adam Huser in my life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of like the kind of structure that doing a sketch a day has given me a little bit. Like I definitely feel productive if I've drawn something. And there are days where, I do a couple sketches maybe in one day, and then there's a stretch of days where I don't draw anything at all.
Right.
And it kind of almost feels like if I haven't done anything in those days, I've just sort of wasted it.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of artists say that, James Kachalka was on some sort of, live Twitter thing. I don't know. I just,
Right.
looked at some of it. And one of the questions someone asked him was, what do I do? And he's like, the only thing I can say is draw every day. That's it.
Right.
That's what works.
Yeah. So, I'm definitely, I'm thinking that, I think I need that structure in my life. I think I need, a goal to attain. I just don't know what it's going to be, within the next year. It's definitely not going to be something that I'm going to be posting every day, but it may be something that I'm working on every day.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if you're working on a comic, maybe at the very least do a panel a day or something.
Right, yeah. Because, I don't know that it'll be a comic, though. Because, again, I'm still pretty burned out on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that it is something that I can do. Mm-hmm. It's just a skill set that I'm just never going to have. I mean, there is a small part of me that wants to, still, that small 10-year-old that still lives inside me, that wants, although I was never small, but ladies.
Hello. Reveal.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like just drawing comics seems so grind-inducing to me,
Right.
But, I mean, maybe I'll work on, like, just larger format, cover recreations or pinups and stuff like that, illustrations,
I like your comics. I would like to see more of them, but I do think, like, you have a really good design sense, which I think works better as pinup style, like covers and stuff. Like, I really think you've really got that down.
Part of the problem with comics for me, anyway, is that I want to apply a design sense to it, but I don't feel that I can and still tell a story.
Like J.H. Williams style?
Yeah, ultimately, like, that would be awesome to do.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that I can do that properly, so everything I do winds up just being a grid, which I feel is sometimes kind of boring.
Right.
To look at and to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you totally work on a grid, but, that really suits your style.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, since I've done so little comic work, that's maybe something that I should do, just so I can get the basics down.
Get that Boy Scout patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause even, I've mentioned him like 4 times now on the show, my old partner Bruce, back when we invented, internet comics, web comics.
Yeah.
Like it was a thing that was sort of being discussed at the time, but nobody knew exactly what to do. And some people, wanted, just thought, you put a huge, page online, and people scroll through, but I was just sort of like, well, why not just have, like, a strip so that when you are on a web page, you're just looking at that one page, you don't have to do any scrolling.
Right.
And so Bruce and I did all these books like that, webcomics, where it was like, 3 or 4 panels per page, and you just clicked on through and get a new page.
So it's continuous.
So it was basically like a series of comic strips.
Right.
And, I mean, in the end, like, because Bruce drew most of these things, like even he admitted at the, when all was said and done, that really sort of taught him a lot of basics of storytelling, because you have to stick within a grid or a rigid template, and then when you get into like doing print stuff and bigger formatting, then you can go nuts a little bit because you've at least learned exactly what you need to show on the page to tell the story.
Right. You understand the proper way to not traditionally do it.
Right.
Like, instead of just doing it wrong and weird, you're doing it right and weird.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I think that if I were to attempt that, I would just be doing it wrong and weird.
Yeah. Or maybe just weird.
Probably mostly just wrong.
Mostly just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even when I attempted the 24-hour comic, I think it was mostly just wrong. And on top of the whole time crunch, tired.
Right.
Yeah. That was just a grand failure on
that was a valiant effort. It was a valiant effort.
But hey, go to BruceO'Hughes.com to check out all those old comics that he and I did together.
Oh, they're up there?
10 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. All of them are up there? Or like
Pretty
snippets
much.
of them?
I think most of them, except for the ones that I drew.
Okay.
Which are nowhere to be found now. So, but the ones he drew are definitely up there. And there's quite a bit. So, go look those up. And also all his new stuff that he has done since we parted ways.
Clobber Vance.
Clobber Vance,
and whatnot.
definitely, yeah. Whatever he's working on now.
Probably Brassfield's got him doing something.
Probably, but he was also working on some sort of Western thing too.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I'm
I can
pretty
see
sure
that.
Brassfield has him doing other stuff too. Yeah. Because
He's
when
good for
does
that.
he not have someone doing something for him? I feel like I've talked a lot. Maybe too much.
Huh?
Yeah.
No?
Am I
No, that was
wasting
good.
time?
No,
Am I
that was
wasting
good.
people's time? Yeah.
Wasting what?
Am I wasting people's time here? Am I
No,
wasting
no,
your
this
time?
was good. No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, I don't have anything else, pertinent to discuss, but I've enjoyed what we've been talking about, so I think it's good. No, don't edit it out or anything.
I'm not going
Okay,
to.
yeah.
I don't edit.
Yeah.
Although I did edit the Casanova episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you take out?
I took out all the parts where I just ripped apart Salvador Roca.
I can put them on the bonus disc.
Yeah.
The Christmas disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send that out to people.
Yeah, I'll put that out with the
David Heatley interview.
David Heatley
Yeah.
interview and the radio play that we did 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I swear to God, I'm going to put that out at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I promise you. I promise Joe.
Maybe by next Christmas.
Maybe by next Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That's a goal.
And then we can record the second one that we planned. And eventually our live episode.
Oh, yeah.
2013. Look forward to the live episode.
Yeah. That's our lucky year. If the world survives,
Yep.
we will do the live
We will
episode.
definitely do a live episode. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not looking forward to this forward week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's
Sorry to
alright.
hear
Yeah. Yeah, you got anything going on?
that. Well, not really. Not really. Just trying to work on my comics. And,
Got a few planned? You got a few in the pipeline?
I do. My pipeline is full.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
But yeah, other than that, just too much work at the work.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's safe to announce that we're both going to be at Space this coming New Year.
Mm-hmm. In April. I forget what day,
Yeah.
but sometime in April.
You, me, and I believe Pat Kane will be joining us.
Pat
as well.
Kane.
Yeah.
Probably my lady friend, Kevin
Probably your
Cohen.
lady friend, and I'm sure Brian John Mitchell will be
Brian
there.
John
hanging
Mitchell,
out.
yeah. With his tiny little comics.
Yep. And last I talked to Kurt, he was maybe still on the fence about coming. So
I mentioned it to him too. I said, I haven't seen you in years. You need to go to space. And he said he doesn't have any good reason not to.
Right.
But he hadn't committed yet.
right. When I talked to him the last time, he said that space is not a great show for him, and I can totally see that because we've talked about space before, and the audience enthusiasm for different
Right.
types of comics there.
It's weird. It kind of goes up and down. Like last year seemed really slow, but I think
Yeah.
it was ill timed because there was another convention, a
Yeah.
big convention the same weekend.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so cheap to do that show. It's like,
Right.
it's like a fourth of any other table price I've ever heard of.
Right. Yeah, it's true. On the other hand, though, he's driving from Chicago, so
Right. Yeah.
And it has only actually been a year since you've seen him
Yeah.
because we saw him last January.
It just seems like forever.
I know. My dad asked me today if you and I were going back to Chicago this January. I said, there's no reason for us to.
I love going to Chicago. January, not the best time to go to Chicago.
Yeah, especially not when one of the worst blizzards we've ever had.
Yeah. That was bad timing.
Yeah. Although, surprisingly, to me anyway, man, like once we got into Chicago, like it was like almost as if it had never snowed.
Yeah.
there.
It was
but
just-
they got the same amount. And we
Oh
didn't.
yeah, they take care of that shit. It was still freezing.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I think.
I think I'd rather wait till it's a little warmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one of these years we should try to go to C2E2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's usually in March or so.
Yeah. As long as it's not the same weekend as Gym City Con or Space. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get whatever the politicians do in Chicago to clear those fucking streets. We gotta get that kind of shit down here in Dayton and Cincinnati.
Wow. Maybe they have superheroes up there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Are there
Savage
Chicago
Dragon.
boys? Yeah, okay, yeah. Hey, he's on board with that. Snow removal service.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Then we just need the Human Torch and Firestar hanging around.
Yeah. Pyro.
Oh, yeah. Although he doesn't create fire, he just controls fire.
Oh, bummer.
He controls the shape and the intensity of it.
Ooh. Well, we could use that.
Yeah, maybe.
use
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But he's got to have like a flamethrower on.
Well, let's buy that guy a flamethrower.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Or just make our own.
That's an investment.
We just make our own.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can
sure
find
that's safe.
instructions
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's totally 100% safe.
Let's get some fire and then
Yeah.
some, whatever you use to contain fire.
Right? And
Like
then
plastic
something to
bags
throw.
or something. Yeah.
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 I think, Molotov cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw those all over the city streets.
Yeah.
People can drive right over the shattered glass, and we would be elected co-mayors of Dayton. People would be so happy. Yeah.
Alright then. Wanna wrap this up then?
Yeah, let's do that. You gotta pick a wonderful thing for us to view.
Yeah, I hope.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picking a movie that, I tried watching once before.
Uh-oh. It's
Uh,
not a good start.
well, it's not the movie's fault.
Oh, okay.
It was the day that I decided that, Netflix streaming was a giant piece of shit that I wanted no more part of.
Okay.
I tried watching this movie via streaming, and within 25 minutes, I watched about 6 minutes worth of movie. I'm gonna actually get a physical disc this time.
Yeah.
And,
From Netflix.
From Netflix. Cause they still do that, people.
Yeah.
They still ship out an actual disc to you that, is very high quality and none of the buffering times.
That sounds good.
It's better than streaming, people. Better than streaming.
Unless you have a super, super fast connection, maybe.
Even still, it's better than streaming because you get the quality that you don't get in streaming.
Yeah.
Because it's still going to be low quality in order
Okay.
to go over the internet.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. You get to watch this in glorious HD.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Oh.
But yeah, so this is a movie that I've tried watching, and then the 6 minutes or so were good. Made me want to watch the rest of it.
Just not in real time. You
In
wanna
real
watch it?
time, yeah. All in one chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Bullet, with Steve McQueen.
Oh, that's an oldie, huh?
Yes, it is. It's
Okay.
classic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, some of the classics are newer.
Yeah,
but-
that's
but
true. That
is
is true.
Is that 60s?
I believe so.
Okay.
Late 60s, maybe?
Wow.
I can't remember.
I've never seen it. I've heard that there's a really good car chase,
I've heard that as well.
but that's all I know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're gonna do that.
Bullet.
Bullet with an I.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah?
An old, sweet old movie.
Yeah.
We hope.
I hope. Yep. Alright then. Let's wrap this up. I gotta go to work. Although I only have to do, that before I'm not working.
Oh, I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. I really don't want to.
I guess ideally I don't really want to go to work either. But, yeah. At least I don't have to deal with, too many other people.
I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to gain your sympathy. I'm sorry.
Oh, but you haven't.
Yeah.
You
I
haven't
appreciate
anyway.
it. I just want to stay home, and I mostly just want to, it's nothing specifically at work. I'm dreading.
Right.
I just want to stay home and draw and read and just
Yeah.
pet my dog, and that's a euphemism.
No,
Yeah.
I've often, wanted to pet your dog.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, there are times where I'm at work and I'm just like, God, I'd rather be coloring something right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I know. We should all just be independently wealthy.
Yeah, we should. Let's work on that.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, that's why we're doing this podcast.
That's true.
We're raking it in.
Which is actually a good place to mention the fact that if you go to guttertrash.com, you can see in the links section a link to a Gutter Trash Amazon store. If you click on that, you can you can buy anything from Amazon, anything at all, anything that they sell, and it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps us out financially.
Wow.
So go do that.
Like we get a percentage.
We get a percentage of everything that you buy from Amazon.
Albeit a small one.
A very small one, but
it helps.
Every little bit helps.
That's right.
It helps us pay my bills.
Yeah.
For the hosting, for the mega deluxe package that I recently purchased,
Oh.
upgraded to. Looking to buy some maybe a different mixing board, some microphones, and also general financial help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go help us out, and at the same time as doing your Christmas shopping, or you can do it any time of the year, birthdays,
Yeah. Ooh.
just for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get drunk and you want to order a bunch of, Danielle Steele novels.
Right. Yeah.
Do it through Amazon.
You wanna get drunk and buy 6 copies of The Absolute Watchmen? Go
Of course
for
you
it.
do. Yeah. That thing's gonna be worth money. You hoard them.
Yeah, you wanna buy some sexy fingerless gloves? You do that shit.
Yeah. 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 I mean, once that Watchmen 2 comes out, that first one's gonna shoot up in value.
Fuck yeah, it will. Just go to guttertrash.net, look for the links, find the Gutter Trash Amazon store link, and do it.
Spend all your money.
Spend all your money, and give us 1% of it. All right. Yeah. Goodbye.
Sweet. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.